take a gander at all of that. Ha! Y'all, this was a good Goodwill run. Whoa! I'm so excited about this. I mean, it doesn't smell great. You don't smell great either. But it sure as crap looks great because anyone wanna guess how much I paid for all of this? Anyone? Anyone at all? 33 bucks. All of this needs to go in the wash very, very badly. But first, I kind of wanted to just look through real fast and remind myself what I bought because I was just throwing stuff into my arms and not really paying attention. Let's see what I got. We have this lovely blue material, which looks to have been a tablecloth. Let's search for a tag. No tag. Feels like it's probably completely polyester, but it's a nice texture, a nice look, and it's a lovely color. So then we have this. Not a huge piece of fabric. Not really sure what it was. Maybe it's supposed to be a small tablecloth or like a shawl, but it's just this beautiful sheer checked fabric. And what am I gonna do with that? I do not know. Oh, I think it's a sheet. What? Well, it's got a sheet top to it, but I don't know why you would want a sheet made out of this material. Again, completely polyester, but fun fabric. Then we have this, oh God, chambray looking bottom sheet. Pretty simple. It's sort of like a nice basic fabric. And I probably would have put it back and not buy it, but then I was like, why not? This is a top sheet, which is actually 100% cotton, and it's got a really lovely pattern on it. Patterned fabrics are harder to find. You find a lot of sheets and a lot of them are just a plain color. So when I see something patterned like this, especially when it's 100% cotton, I definitely grab it. Hello, did you bring me your banana? Banana? Go get your banana. Because even if it's a little bit faded in the center, like, patterns are great. On that same note, got this lovely pattern, and I got the bottom and top sheet, which I think is queen size, maybe even king size, because this is just the bottom sheet, and that's quite a lot. And here's the top sheet. It has a nice feel to it, and with this much fabric, I could make something huge. Don't know what, but I could. Look at this fabric. Isn't it gorgeous? 100% cotton with this gorgeous embroidery on the front. It's chain stitch. If I can make a dress out of this and get this pattern to be all around the hem of the dress, hello, are you exploring? Is that a puppy under there? It would just be so beautiful. This I'm definitely going to have to like save and think about and make something worthwhile out of it. And I got it for $2.50. Hi. Then there is this lovely pink material with like a cool design down it. I think this would definitely be a tablecloth and it's like rounded on the edges. And it has this lovely design across it. So it's really interesting. I don't typically wear this color of pink, but like, how could I pass up this color of pink, you know? Then there is this, which I didn't look that closely at. Yeah, you can see I didn't even unfold it. That's rare. I usually unfold it. It's double-sided, so I assume it's a duvet cover. I'm not seeing an opening anywhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a duvet cover. Hey, look, I also found the tag. 35 to 65 cotton to polyester. Could be worse. I mean, it's double layered, so I technically have two pieces of fabric here. Hi, I really wanna spread this out, and you're kind of in the way. Okay, thanks, bye. So on one side, you've got this lovely design of like blue and white. I don't even know what I would do with this because it's such a chunky design that cutting it up would have to be done like really specifically. But on the other side, you've just got this nice white and blue stripe, which is also lovely. Yeah, excited about this one. This is legit just a piece of cotton fabric that was in there. Looks to be about a yard long. I'd say that's a yard. Sure, got it for $1. Then there was this piece of lace, about a yard. Well, it looks to be 60 inches wide. Who knows what I'll do with that? Again, $1. I think someone must have gone through their fabric stash and just given a bunch of fabric, and I probably just caught the tail end of it. I did see a few other people holding pieces of lace like this. So yeah, somebody dumped out a bunch of unused fabric, and thanks. This is sort of that really traditional lace that you see all over the place. Looks like a yard and a half of it for $1. This one's got some stains on it, but I figure I'll probably only use this for like lining fabric or for embroidery, so I can easily cut around if those stains stay. Who knows, they might wash out. It's basically just a piece of cotton. Honestly, it might be a piece of polyester. This is like 4 layers of this size. So if I see a chunk of white fabric like this, I gotta buy it. I embroider on so much white fabric. Then I got a tote bag, which I'm gonna probably use as a flower pot. Yep. Then there's this piece of fabric, which is also one of the grosser ones I bought. Definitely needs to be washed. It's like a light yellow color, and I'm hoping that that's the color it's always been. I debated it for a pretty long time, and like, it's so yellow that it has to have always been yellow. But it's got a really interesting design in the weave. Hopefully it'll look and feel a lot better after washing. I mean, it's a lovely piece of fabric, so who knows what I could do with that. And last but not least, here is another sheet set. It's both a bottom and a top sheet, and these are like knit sheets, which is what my husband and I like to sleep on. But like, look at that fun pattern. That's so pretty. And it's purple, which is my favorite. And I've been looking for more knit materials, which are harder to find because again, you're mostly finding tablecloths, sheets, and curtains, which are rarely knit. Ooh, these are the ones that smell like smoke. Yep, that's them. Knits tend to hold smoke really well, so that better wash out. Ooh, you can see such a difference between the top sheet and the bottom sheet. I might try to mainly use the top sheet. Use the bottom sheet around the edges or for lining. Anyway, but I love sewing with knit. I take that back. I don't sew with knit very often. I like outfits made out of knit. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I mainly wear knit dresses all the time, and I have a lot of ideas for knit dresses that I can hand make, so knit fabric is just what I needed. That's what I got. I am so thrilled with this. I'm gonna throw it all in the wash and then fold it all up. I'm gonna try to get some yardage out of this one because I'm just interested to see how many yards of material I just got for $33. Last pieces of fabric. I was really concerned about this fabric actually because the smoke smell that was on it, I almost thought I wouldn't be able to get off. I threw it in the wash with everything else, and when I pulled it out, as often happens when you get something that smells like smoke wet, it smelled even more like smoke. So I put it out on the balcony wet and let it sit out there overnight just to air out. That kind of worked. It smelled a little less, and then I put it in the wash again by itself on hot on like the longest cycle, and when I pulled it out, it did not smell like smoke anymore. It doesn't right now. It might come back out. Sometimes smoke smell is really like seeped into the fibers of fabric and it comes back out later, or if you get it wet again. But here's hoping it doesn't, because this is the biggest piece of knit I have yet to find, and it's a nice pattern, and it's my favorite color, and I do not want to lose it because it smells too bad to use. Now that it is done, I can finish up my measuring of all of these pieces of fabric. If you've ever folded a bunch of sheets while sitting down, then you know how much fun this has been. Also, have you ever tried to measure a bottom sheet? It's like, how? It doesn't matter, this is all an estimate. Folding bottom sheets is the worst. Good enough. It's an 18-inch stack of fabric, which I just find amusing. So basically I measured everything as accurately as I could, which is not that accurately, but I think this is a fairly good estimate. I measured it in inches, converted that to feet, did the square footage thing, as you do, and I have come up with 737.5 square feet. That doesn't like mean much in my head because fabric is sold by the yard in America, or I assume the meter elsewhere. So of course I need to convert this to square yardage to really kind of figure out how little I paid for it, which I assume you would do by dividing it by 9. 82 square yards, I'd buy that. I believe I paid 33.74 divided by, let's just round it up because it's 81.9. So divided by 82 square yards equals 0.41. 41 cents per yard of fabric. That's pretty darn good. Of course, that's not entirely the same as buying fabric on the bolt because you pay per yard, but it's not per square yard. Fabric is either 45 inches or 60 inches wide, so it's not really the same thing. But you know what? Who's being that picky? I'm gonna take that. This is good times. What am I gonna use all this for? I do not know yet. I have several sewing projects in my head for, you know, soon-ish, but the only kind of material that I specifically knew I needed was something knit. So this right here. Everything else, I don't have any specific ideas in my head, but I do love that I'm building a stock of fabric that's just ready to be used so that I can be consistently sewing garments and getting better at sewing garments without having to like run out and buy fabric and then worry about ruining it. At 41 cents a yard, am I worried about ruining any of this? No, I am not. No, I am not. I don't really know why I filmed all this, but you know what? I'm gonna make it into a video because sometimes you just wanna share how great it is to thrift your fabric, reuse, recycle, upcycle, and save money. That is basically my main thing. I am a frickin' cheapskate, and I am also really afraid of ruining things. I hate to waste materials, so if I'm gonna make something and it's not gonna turn out like 100% perfect, and it's not gonna be something that I wear like every single week, then I don't wanna have spent a ton of money on it. If I buy an outfit and I don't wear it every single week, I don't want to have spent a lot of money on it. So finding fabric like this at Goodwill, digging through those bins, pulling out anything delightful and delicious, which like, what was this day? This was a super good day. I can only imagine how good it would have been if I had gone through the other half of the bins there. I only went through half. I gave up because I couldn't hold anything else and they were out of shopping carts. So I was carrying all of this in my arms and I was like, you have to stop. You don't have space in your arms anymore. So if you want to start sewing and you do not want to go pay $5, $10, $20 per yard for fabric, then I highly suggest you head out to your nearest thrift store, particularly if you have a Goodwill around you, if you have one of the, I don't really know what they're called, but the Goodwills that are just the like dump centers where they don't separate and price anything. They do it as $1 per pound or like $2.50 per linen if it's like a big sheet or something. You get stuff so freaking cheap and you just have to dig through these giant bins that are pretty gross, but you know, you go wash your hands as soon as you leave and it's all good. But once you wash all this material, like, it's perfectly usable. Come on back, I don't know, sometime in the future. I have some more sewing projects in mind and I'm gonna do them eventually. Until then, go thrift some fabric. It'll be grand. Lordy Lord. Okay. Is this necessary? Oh, thanks.